This is What's Left of Philosophy. I'm Gil. Here with me today is Lillian.
Hi.
Owen.
Hey.
And William.
Yo.
So we're doing something a bit out of the ordinary today. We're doing a little bit lighter, going a little bit lighter for a fun little special mini-sode for New Year's Day. Real quick, I'd also like to take this opportunity to celebrate 2 years of the podcast since we put out our first few episodes in December 2020. It's been a great run so far. I really love this project, and I'm super grateful to you three and to all our fans, supporters, and haters. So here's to many more years of What's Left of Philosophy.
Champagne.
Did you just do a haters and the losers shout out?
Yeah. Happy New Year to the haters and the losers only.
Haters and losers only.
We're universalists on this podcast.
That's right.
Keep tagging us, please.
Dig it. We love it. So it is New Year's Day as a release. Happy New Year. And I've got something special for us to dig into in just a moment. But maybe we can start out here just by chatting a little bit about how do we feel about New Year's? Whether or not you've got any particular New Year's Eve or New Year's Day memories or traditions. Do you do the resolution thing? So yeah, any New Year's hot takes from any of you?
Well, I was going to start off with the joke take, which, since I've been in my 30s, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I've been asleep by 9. I wake up in the new year fully refreshed, ready to go. But on a more serious note, growing up till my dad passed, New Year's was really important to him. We would go to what's called watch night service at his church. And so it's about, bringing in the new year with community and all that type of stuff. And even though I'm not quite as religious as he was, it was always a nice experience, seeing people and, actually just saying Happy New Year to people at 12 a.m. So you can edit out the serious part if you just want to go with the joke, but those are my two answers.
No,
we're keeping it.
Maybe if I had an experience like that, I might be more favorably disposed toward it. Like I've always, since I was a little kid, been so depressed about New Year's. And I don't know what it is. That song, like Gil, you'll have to edit it in and play it. It's just like the weight of disappointment and failure and just and like the dreaded knowledge of the resolutions which won't be kept. And, the whole thing is to me. The only other time I get a similar feeling in the pit of my stomach is like when I like watch the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl ends and you just feel the weight of like of reality coming rushing back into every like suburban American's like world immediately. You know what I mean? Like all that Papa John's just weighing the stomach down and shit. Like I don't know. It's
God.
New Year's, the Papa John's holiday. I love it.
Yeah, I don't vibe with New Year's.
I also feel really depressed on New Year's. Although I have the inverse reaction. I make very resolute resolutions every year because it's like it makes being like a hyper organized planner where like having goals assuages my sadness about New Year's. It's like it's a way of repressing.
Maybe I should give that a shot.
These negative
having
goals,
achieving them.
Yeah.
Generally,
just a joke.
Having a plan to achieve them.
Yeah, I feel like you have to make the shift from like I definitely won't keep my resolutions to I definitely will, and you will keep your sadness at bay. The deep kind.
That's good.
Give it a shot.
That makes sense to me. I never have managed, I don't think, to keep a resolution ever, so maybe I should try that. But I also kind of feel like,
Do you have one lined up for this year?
I don't have anything lined up for this year. Well, I mean, part of it is like, what would I be improving on? You know what I mean? I'm kind of already nailing it. So, like, it's not clear.
You're definitely not a malcontent.
I mean, I am.
You might be the most imperfect human I've ever met, Gil.
To your points, like, I'm always depressed, too. So, like, it's not clear to me whether or not the depression has to do with the New Year's or if it's just, like, another day ending in Y, where I'm just really sad and having a bad time. But the New Year's thing.
Every day like the worst day. We love it.
Sometimes you know what it is? You just got to go with something a little more modest in my case, maybe. So I'm going to go with something easier this year, which is just like try to find like 3 things to like about Boston.
Yeah.
I thought you were going easier,
you know
dude.
I don't know, man. That's a tall order.
Knock it down to 2.
Maybe I should go with 2, actually. You got to keep it realistic.
You already have
otherwise
one.
you don't.
I mean, unless you don't. But I like this chowder. The chowder's good.
Oh, actually, you know what? That is one. I like myself some chowder.
Chowder's good.
Chowder.
Chowder's good.
Chowder.
I didn't like that. That was a point against Boston when you did that, Owen. Not even like the accent. You doing the accent. I was like, Canceled.
They really lean into that there, though. Like, if you go to, like, there's, like, T-shirt sales. Like, if you see people selling T-shirts around the city, they all say things like wicked smart and, like, chowder, D-A-H. And it's the kind of shit when you're trying to like the city and it just pulls your soul down.
Yeah, that sucks. I hate that.
Papa John's.
I mean, I guess it's true that like every place leans into its like cultural idiosyncrasies, but those are brutal. I hate that a lot.
Yeah, at least like look at Chicago. It leans into like, I don't know, Al Capone and Michael Jordan and shit. Like Boston's like leaning into some goofy accent. Like,
you know, I realized this on
this
visit back to Chicago that there's truly no other place that has more merch about itself than this city, and I never thought that it was
merch. There's a lot of
merch. Yeah.
And I'm gonna our listeners cannot hear this, but I'm gonna show the crew and verbally describe it to you. The merch that the Chicago merch that I put together.
we got
it's fantastic.
This episode is now episode is now an unboxing video.
Yeah, I bought.
Yeah, we're doing OOTD.
Yes, I bought stone coasters. And the first is the Green Mill.
Oh,
a Green Mill coaster.
But that is such a.
Alright, hold on. I'm going to do them in ascending order of bizarre. So the Green Mill is normal. Here's the Chicago Bowl. This is also normal.
That's very normal.
With the Chicago flag colors. Let's go.
Okay, wait for it.
All right.
This is number 3. An old style.
Malort.
Yeah, an old style
PBR
can.
on a coaster.
Or is this PBR?
It's an old style.
Yeah.
That's an old style. This is the Chicago handshake, a shot of Malort and an old style. We love it.
There you go.
Oh, that's true.
And then our finale, an Italian beef sandwich on a coaster.
Okay, yeah. I kind of love that.
Dipped Italian beef.
Yeah.
I gotta say, of true, incredible greatness.
I have to say, I don't like a sandwich that wet. I don't want my bread to be that wet.
Oh, I love it.
I love it too.
I mean, it shouldn't make any sense, but like a lot of things in Chicago, it just works.
Of course, I'm not making a joke, but like, yo, man up. It's a great sandwich.
I know, seriously.
Maybe that's my resolution. I'll try to come around on wet sandwiches in 2023.
There you go.
Thank you.
Aim low.
You could try that for us, yeah.
Yes.
What about like a beef dip? You don't like an au jus, like beef dip?
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
But it's not my favorite.
I don't know.
Our listeners are learning about the worst parts of Gil's taste, but on Twitter, he posts only W's of what he's cooking. But this is like, the guy's core right here. Come on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a curated thing. You follow me on social media, you're seeing what I take to be my best. It's not a representative sample, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. Real Gil is like crushing like 3 7-Eleven dogs like at 6 a.m. You know?
Oh, okay. That's a bit too intimate. How you going to call him out?
Oh, and you've seen like the very worst of the worst when it comes to my habits and practices.
Oh, for sure.
But
I love it. Or it's the best.
All right, so okay, cool. We all love New Year's or hate it, in Owen's case. It's we got our good memories, but we're not here for that today. We're here to drag it, to dunk on New Year's with our good friend Antonio Gramsci. We've never done a proper Gramsci episode, and this ain't it. All right, he's a super important Marxist philosopher and communist political theorist, an Italian thinker from the early 20th century who was imprisoned by Mussolini's fascist regime for his outspoken criticism of the government and his agitation on the part of the working class. At his trial, the prosecutor representing the fascist state pointed physically at Gramsci and said to the jury, "For 20 years, we must stop this brain from functioning." He spent the rest of his life in a jail cell, but I think it has to be said that they failed in that respect. He wrote tirelessly, and his prison notebooks are incredibly rich in generative theoretical texts. Gramsci is probably best known for his theory of cultural hegemony, which has been extremely influential in a number of different disciplines. In broad brushstrokes, it's an account of how the capitalist ruling class legitimates and secures its own control over the state and civil society through the manipulation of dominant cultural forms and the establishment of an ideological common sense. This is elaborated as part of a larger critique of what he saw as the sort of vulgar materialism of orthodox Marxist thought in favor of a humanistic historicism. And he also wrote what's probably my favorite little book on Machiavelli. But we're not going to talk about any of that shit today, because in 1916, a 25-year-old Antonio Gramsci...
Be like, hey, not that!
fuck all that. In 1916, a 25-year-old Antonio Gramsci wrote a little essay called I Hate New Year's Day. And today, we're going to read it together. Thanks, by the way, to Alberto Toscano for translating this. It's published in Viewpoint Mag. There will be a link in the description. So, unless any of you wanted to comment or say anything, anything to add before we dive in here?
I was going to say, wow, what a salty little piece. And again, yeah, also like you said, Alberto Toscano really bringing the hits out. This could have languished in Italian obscurity, but we needed this. When he says, I hate these New Years that fall like fixed maturities, which turn life and human spirit into a commercial concern with its neat final balance, its outstanding amounts, its budget for the new management. I just have to sit back for a second and go, wow.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, like we really do. I guess like that's what Owen finds kind of depressing. Thinking of New Year's, like you've piled all these debts, but let's get it back to neutral. Let's all these debts, let's forget them, and let's start accruing more for the new year. And yeah, I guess it's it's this really symbolic thing of you had a shitty year, but another one's around the corner. Who knows what could happen? And it's just really fun. Like at the end of every year, it's just like, damn, that didn't go as expected. Thank God January 1st is here.
Yeah, even though I don't actively think about that shit, but I do find myself, like, as New Year's approaches, kind of tabulating in my mind, okay, like this year, like what did I accomplish? Like what were some major milestones or whatever? And I catch myself doing it, against my wishes even. And it does have the feeling of like, okay, we got to make a report for management. Like, what have we, how's my productivity been this year? I'm about to go in for my yearly evaluation. You know what I mean? Like, and there is the yearly evaluation thing that, I don't know, there's a little manager in our brains that Gramsci, he gets here.
No shade, but like all the threads on Twitter, they're like, here are things that I've published. Again, it's great to like have in one place all the things.
It's not great. You're being.
It's not great.
You're dodging. You're dodging.
Not great.
You don't want them to be mad at you, but you got to take the hit, man.
I want to be braver in the new year. I have these spicy takes. I just need to lean into it. That's my New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's a good one.
Yeah,
Nice.
own it. My favorite. Wait, are we going to read it out loud?
Yeah, I think the way that we should do this is I'm going to just read it. Stop me whenever you want, and we can jump in at any time. I'll try to pause at various points too. So Here we go. I hate New Year's Day, 1916, Antonio Gramsci. Every morning when I wake up again under the pall of the sky, I feel that for me, it is New Year's Day. That's why I hate these New Years that fall like fixed maturities, which turn life and human spirit into a commercial concern with its neat final balance, its outstanding amounts, its budget for the new management. This is Will's favorite line. They make us
That's my boy right there.
It's your boy. They make us lose the continuity of life and spirit. You end up seriously thinking that between one year and the next there is a break, that a new history is beginning. You make resolutions, you regret your e-resolution, and so on and so forth. This is generally what's wrong with dates.
Okay,
I'm just gonna stop.
This is generally what's wrong with dates.
Yeah.
Right?
So why does that apply to all dates? I need y'all to explain that one to me.
It does feel like there's a way in which he's got to be right. Like there's a continuity that we fail to notice, or we think that there's a break or a rupture. Like we think that like a new day is a new day when it's not. It's the same as yesterday.
New year, new me.
New year, new me, but I kind of get it with the dates because I think he's saying something like there's a celebration of false ruptures, and
Yeah.
so even when you're kind of remembering like the anniversary of X thing or something like that, it is actually kind of like instantiating the idea that like something genuinely new happened there, which maybe, but in the celebration of the date, as if the mere appearance of a date is the actual break of something new. He seems to think, come on, y'all, that's not the rupture we're looking for. I kind of love this idea. He's just like, I want every day to be New Year's Day,
Yeah, we're gonna
not a
get to that.
particular
Yeah.
date I have
Yeah.
to wait for.
Yeah.
I don't know what this
sounds
says
kind of
about
tiring,
having like date for your marriage anniversary. If you read this, just like actually, we're not celebrating that enough. For me, every day is my marriage anniversary.
Yeah, next anniversary comes around, you haven't done anything. You just slide over the Gramsci article about dates and how stupid they are. That's a big move.
Continuity,
very powerful maneuver.
Big move. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let's proceed.
Going on, he writes, they say that chronology is the backbone of history. Fine. But we also need to accept that there are 4 or 5...
dude, I thought you said phrenology.
No, not phrenology, no. It's not the backbone of history.
No, not chronology. Yeah, chronology for the listeners.
That.
In case
I
it was
hate Gramsci. Oh, man,
my God.
get this out of
Chronology.
here.
Chronology.
Yeah.
But we also need to accept that there are 4 or 5 fundamental dates that every good person keeps lodged in their brain, which have played bad tricks on history. They, too, are New Year's. The New Year's of Roman history, or of the Middle Ages, or of the modern age. And they've become so invasive and fossilizing that we sometimes catch ourselves thinking that life in Italy began in 752, and that 1490 or 1492 are like mountains that humanity vaulted over, suddenly finding itself in a new world, coming into a new life. So the date becomes an obstacle, a parapet that stops us from seeing that history continues to unfold along the same fundamental, unchanging line without abrupt stops, like when, at the cinema, the film rips and there's an interval of dazzling light. I mean, he's right about this, right? I mean, I couldn't help but think...
Yeah, okay, that makes... Yeah.
I couldn't help but think there of 9/11, right? Which, never forget, first of all.
Oh, no.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, let's do 9/11 discourse.
Let's do 9/11 discourse.
I didn't know it was going to go this way.
I was going to bring up 1789, but do you, Joe?
Yeah.
Let's go with your option.
No, what Owen was saying is, walk that plank alone, comrade.
Yeah, no, I heard what it meant. But I mean, he's right though that we do tend to treat these dates like, I mean, we mentioned Badu in our last episode, right? But like as events, as ruptures, whereas these things actually don't come from nowhere, and they don't have that sort of break character almost ever, right? Even the examples that he gives, like 1492, that like there is a before and an after, but like because there's a before and an after, there's actually a fundamental continuity in there, not this sort of break, I think.
Yeah, maybe actually, yeah. So we relate to them like dates rather than actually. To go back to Badiou, like Badiou has this concept of fidelity, right? Fidelity to the event. So the idea would be you wouldn't just be marking it as some celebratory date, but that you'd be trying to like activate its like unfinished potential or to make it consequential in the present moment, like a revolutionary date, for example, right? Like I don't know if I know that the bicentenary of the French Revolution was one of the goofiest affairs in 1989. It was like literally people just dressing up like sans culottes and wearing stupid little caps, and you know what I mean, like, and like that's I think what Gramsci means by like the New Yearsification of the French Revolution,
awesome.
Right? And so what would
did he say that, or did you just come up with that? Because that was pretty good.
I was just talking about that. Yeah, that's
all
all
New
he did.
That's pure uncut Owen.
That was uncut Owen. That was like I thought for sure this was like a line that Gramsci has been developing and like a.
No, that's just something that makes sense though.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Well, he goes on. That's why I hate New Year's. I want every morning to be a New Year's for me. Every day I want to reckon with myself, and every day I want to renew myself. No day set aside for rest. I choose my pauses myself when I feel drunk with the intensity of life and I want to plunge into animality to draw from it new vigor.
See, I can't fuck with that first part. That sounds so exhausting to me. Like every day is New Year's. Like, you know what I mean? Like every day you got to renew yourself and like, I don't know, take it. It sounds, I don't know, it sounds like new agey almost. I don't fuck with it.
No way.
Sounds like the Nietzscheification of this meditation.
The Nietzscheification.
Yes, the Nietzscheification. This line reminded me, that's exactly what I thought of, Lily. And this line reminded me of the most annoying parts of Nietzsche.
Yeah, I think we've got to lower our expectations if we want to be against New Year's.
Like I don't want to be drunk with the intensity of life. You know, I'm 34. The hangover's hitting me harder now. Like, you know,
no. I want to be actually drunk. Like take the intensity out. You know what I mean? I just want to like anesthetize. I want to anesthetize.
You want the press keep me down.
Yeah, exactly.
But like,
exactly.
You know, I don't know. You know, I think my issue with New Year's is, you know, it's so much packed into that one day. You know, there's no way what comes after can ever live up to those expectations. And now we have to do that every day. I really want to feel like a failure every single day of my life?
Oh my God.
That's what drunk with the intensity of life means to me. When I wake up, like, God, that was too much life intensity, man. Like, let's take it easy today.
I don't know. Yeah. I like this slide. It's very funny that you all got such a negative reaction to it because I think it's good. I mean, like, because this is a critique of New Year's Day, right? The point is, like, you know, okay,
now he's imposing more New Year's on us. You don't think so?
Yeah, but what's up with...
Because it's
Gil, what's the dialectical shoe drop here?
Because it's fake. Because it's fake to pretend that we can just do this one day a year that just happens to fall on the same calendar day for everyone. We're like January 1st. We're like, oh, we're all new now. Now I'm reckoning, and it's like, no, that's not like what the rhythm of life actually looks like, right? As he says, like, I get to choose my pauses, right? Those moments where I reckon with myself and renew myself. That happens on the time of my lived experience, and not because like. We all agree that December is the end and January is the beginning. Made up. Bullshit. It's nothing. It's ridiculous. So I don't know. I'm into this.
See, but if every day is New Year's, then no day is...
We're seeing Gil evolve to the guy being like, also, you know what? Calendars are actually fake. They're just a conspiracy theory to control our labor time. Like, go all the way.
Yeah.
All the way.
See, I think some of this maybe could apply to a birthday. Maybe we can bracket it and finish the article, but maybe I want to see how much of this applies to birthdays because I'm a little more I don't know, positively disposed towards the birthday.
You like a
fan.
You like a birthday?
Yeah. Big fan of the birthday. Yeah. That's not an arbitrary date.
I like other people's birthdays. I don't care for mine so much.
Oh, yeah. I don't like mine anymore, but yeah.
I love mine. People do things for me on mine.
Oh yeah, when I was a kid, my birthday was the shit. Yeah, it was awesome.
Sure. Yeah. There was like a chance you'd get a Nintendo or something.
Yeah, now I'm just getting old and I don't know.
Great.
Let's not talk about it. We're not getting Nintendos anymore.
No, yeah. Moving on here. No spiritual time serving. I would like every hour of my life to be new, though connected to the ones that have passed. No day of celebration with its mandatory collective rhythms to share with all the strangers I don't care about. Because our grandfathers and so on celebrated, we too should feel the urge to celebrate. That is nauseating. See, I don't know how I can be against this.
He's back. To me. He's back. Yo, it was a bit low in that previous paragraph, but now my boy came back hard. Absolutely not. DP, I don't know you. Why would I be happy to be in Times Square with you? This means nothing to me. Get out of my personal space. Also, enough.
Okay, again though, my question is there some deeper dialectical point here where because like ritualistic celebrations, that's pretty deeply human. Is it just that we're doing them wrong and like we need to alter them, or is it just as such, like no ritualistic?
I think that it has to do with like the empty and formal character of the New Year's in particular.
Yeah, right? It does. It's New Year's under existing conditions.
New Year's under existing conditions. And in fact, here's how we end the piece. Last paragraph. Here we go.
Fair.
I await socialism for this reason too. Because it will hurl into the trash all of these dates
I love this.
which have no resonance in our spirit. And if it creates others, they will at least be our own, and not the ones we have to accept without reservation from our silly ancestors.
Wow. Yo,
I love that.
Big tradition weighs on the present like a nightmare on the brain energy.
Yeah,
100%. It also gets my utopian imagination going too. Like, what would like Valentine's Day look like under socialism? You know what I mean? Or like different types of days like that. That'd be pretty cool. I
That'd
think.
be very good. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, what would celebration look like if it was actually contentful and like meaningful and lived instead of just being like, well, we all agreed that January matters. It's stupid.
And
Wait.
involved a concrete connection to other people.
Yeah. There's a human here.
And do we all agree? Because usually we get off work. We're allowed to have off work for Christmas and New Year's. I mean, not all of us, obviously. People still got to deliver the food, but it seems as if like I better make the most of this because my vacation days they run out at the end of the year. So better make the most of it. But under socialism,
that's true.
You get to pick your vacation days. I don't know. Will there still be vacation days? I'm not quite sure how calendars work under socialism, but just to find out.
I'm going to make an essentializing move here. I don't buy it. I think we're all going to do New Year's anyway under socialism. I'm sorry.
It's been etched into the human nature.
Shit. I
hate it.
I think it's like it is just what we do. And the deconstructive move is, I am sorry, listeners.
We're stuck with the Gregorian. You think we're stuck with the Gregorian calendar under socialism?
I think we might be, yeah. Because you remember, didn't like the French, speaking of 1989, they tried to have a whole other calendar. That didn't, like, really pan out.
Well, wait, that was one of the coolest parts about the whole thing, though. Come on. That's vision.
I appreciate it, but if you notice,
history's continuous.
We're still doing the same shit.
We don't get.
It didn't exactly succeed.
It didn't exactly succeed, though.
But I think, like Owen keeps asking about the dialectical shoe drop, I think it comes back to, what we choose to continue on from our ancestors and what we don't. And so it seems to me like if we're maybe, Lillian's right, we're stuck with New Year's, but we don't have to be stuck with this version of New Year's. Perhaps, New Year's is about, okay, you know what, y'all? Get with your friends. You don't have to do the whole watching the ball drop in New York City. And then you don't have to pack in this whole idea of like, I've accumulated all these debts. Let me start over. It seems like Gramsci's just like really upset that like, why do I have to keep doing this shit because other people did it?
Yeah. Honestly, I would be perfectly happy with like as a point of revolutionary success if we just got a new song.
A new song?
Like, I can't deal with that song.
Now?
Is it Auld Lang Syne?
Oh.
It's brutal.
Oh,
yeah,
that's true. We do need a new song.
Yeah, we need a new song.
And under socialism, Mariah Carey will do a new Christmas song instead of coasting on that one song that we hear every year. Like this
anything from Mimi would be a huge success.
We could commission her to make the new New Year song.
This is it, y'all. If you're not on board with the Socialist Project yet, here it is. We need to get Mariah Carey at the forefront.
Yes.
We're going to commission her to do a new Year song. New Year, new Carey. That's what the slogan.
That's right. I feel like
New Year, new
more
Mimi.
New Year, new Mimi. Yes.
I feel like New Year's should be like a jubilee, right? Like all debts forgiven every year, just all debts. That'd be cool.
What? Oh, you mean like all debts, not like
like
metaphorical debts.
Right. Exactly. All debts.
Yeah, so New Year's Eve would it be about taking out like massive irresponsible loans, knowing that the next day they're canceled. Yeah, this is I can really get behind this. Yeah,
drawing up a mortgage on New Year's Eve. Let's go.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Oh man,
I've still got Best Buy chasing me for a MacBook I irresponsibly purchased in like 2011. Right? We need this new system.
We need to get Owen out from under Best Buy.
Oh man,
seriously.
Shit, I don't know what my resolutions are this year. I told you I make them, but my problem is I usually don't come up with them until about the 31st, and now I have no idea how I could improve myself.
You've reached your final form.
This is my final form. I've ascended. I have no additional resolutions to make.
I just assumed every year it's like increased levels of reducing. You know what I mean? Just reduce even further. You know what I mean?
Reduce it down.
You recommit to the reduction.
More reduction.
I'm like a sauce simmering in the pan. I just reduce it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd like to implore all of our listeners not to do the boring thing. Do something different. Don't just be like, I'm going to go to the gym. You say that every year. It never works. Do something else.
Yeah, for real. I'm gonna find a couple things to like about Boston. I think that's a good example.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. I want to do something as well. So what I'm going to do is, you know what? I'm going to try to become more Canadian. I'm going to put a U in random words.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what I'm about to do.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Start spelling. Yeah.
Honor.
Add the U. I'm telling you. It adds a level of like grace and sophistication to all spelling.
Absolutely. That's me trying to elevate.
Hell yeah. And make sure you're just eating a good supply of poutine and maple syrup and stuff, right?
No poutine. We're abolishing poutine.
What?
This podcast is dissolved. I'm out of the podcast.
This is a reactionary take.
How can you want
to
abolish poutine? That's like their only national food. What are they gonna do?
I'm trying to radically transform the Canadian character. I'm giving you. They need to give me something back.
Wow. They're trying to give you poutine, but you're refusing their gift.
Absolutely. Return to sender.
I don't know what more we can give. We gave you Drake.
You gave us Drake. Take him back.
All right, fam. I gotta go.
All right.
Okay, let's say Happy New Year. Thank you all very much.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye, everyone.
Good luck.
See you in the New Year.